Welcome back to Finance Buzz with Harold. Today, we're decoding three major global developments: a landmark U.S. Supreme Court decision striking down broad presidential tariff powers, a growing copyright and legal battle over Chinese AI video technology in Hollywood, a historic India-European Union trade deal that could reshape global commerce. We'll break down what happened, why it matters, and how all these events connect in the shifting landscape of global trade, technology, and geopolitics. Let's dive in. In a historic ruling on February 20th, 2026, the U.S. Supreme Court found that former President Donald Trump exceeded his legal authority by imposing wide-ranging global tariffs under emergency powers, saying those powers belong to Congress, not the executive. The decision effectively invalidated sweeping tariffs on imports from major trading partners. This isn't just legal technicality, it constrains unilateral executive authority in economic policy and reinforces the constitutional role of Congress in setting tariff law. For consumers, it may soften import costs previously inflated by duties. For industries that benefited from protection, it injects fresh uncertainty about future policy tools. In response, the administration indicated it would pursue temporary tariffs under alternate statutes, but observers caution that those may lack the legal mandate of clear congressional authorization. This Supreme Court decision sends ripples through trade and markets. It redefines the limits of presidential power in economic policy. It could ease price pressures for imported goods. It pressures lawmakers to draft clearer trade legislation. The ruling comes at a time when global trade alliances are in flux, with countries seeking deeper economic ties beyond traditional partners, and emerging powers reshaping how trade strategies are pursued. Shifting to technology, China's very advanced generative AI video model, Cdance 2.0, has gained international attention for its ability to create extraordinarily realistic videos from simple text prompts, including scenes that resemble Hollywood-style output. This capability has triggered pushback from major entertainment companies, which have sent legal notices alleging the technology infringes copyright and exploits protected material without permission. The debate isn't just legal, it's about ethics, creators' rights, and how far AI should be allowed to go in replicating human creative work. Critics, including actors and guilds, warn that such tools could undermine livelihoods and flood media markets with low-cost imitations that leverage the likenesses of real people without consent. The conflict over Cdance 2.0 highlights bigger challenges. How should IP law adapt to generative AI? What protections should artists and performers have? Should there be global standards for how AI tools are trained and how outputs are regulated? These questions are now central to the future of entertainment, technology policy, and creative industry operations. Now to the India news. India and the European Union have finalized a major free trade agreement after nearly 20 years of negotiations, a pact described by leaders on both sides as one of the most ambitious trade arrangements India has ever pursued. Under this deal, tariffs will be eliminated or reduced on almost all traded goods between India and the EU. European exporters will see duties cut on machinery, chemicals, and automobiles. Indian firms stand to gain easier access for textiles, marine products, and other labor-intensive goods. Officials say this deal could cover about a quarter of global GDP, dramatically expanding India's role in free trade frameworks. This India-EU trade deal arrives at a moment when global commerce is being reshaped. Protectionist impulses in some countries have boosted tariffs and trade friction. Other nations are doubling down on free trade agreements to diversify markets and reduce dependency on single partners. India, while navigating tariffs from the US and other partners, is positioning itself as a key hub in global value chains. The deal also highlights the balancing act India faces, gaining market access while safeguarding sensitive sectors like agriculture, a point underscored by political debates and economic analyses in India. Moreover, Indian commerce leaders argue that expanding trade access ultimately supports export growth and competitiveness across sectors. Across the US, China, and India, we're seeing a global moment of transition. Courts are redefining executive powers over trade policy. Technology leaders and creative industries are debating the future of artistic rights in the age of AI. Emerging economies are striking transformative trade deals that could reshape global commerce. These aren't isolated headlines, they are interlinked threads in a broader narrative about power, policy, and economic evolution in a rapidly changing world. If you found this video insightful, hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below on how these developments could affect global trade, tech, and economies in the long term. Thanks for watching.